you get influenced too much based on other people's opinions. Like people start to tell you who you are and you start to believe that idea.
Yeah. Now that you're saying that, bro, yeah. It's true, but yeah.
Yeah. And nobody knows, like nobody knows you besides you. That's what I've gotten to understand is not your closest friends, not your parents. Like nobody knows who you are except you. And you can't even share it to anybody else because you can't put that part of yourself there. Like it's inner thoughts that you cannot express. Like it's not even words that can describe what's going on within. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 714 podcast. I'm here with Rishi. How's it going?
Good, man.
Good.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So we were talking. What were we talking about? Traveling, right?
Bro.
Yeah. We were talking about my trip to Fiji and how it's a pretty long ass flight, like 10 hours. You kind of don't want to be on a plane for that long. Like, you get kind of tired of the same thing. Like you're literally sitting in a seat for 10 hours. Like you might get up to go to the bathroom. Yeah. But after like maybe hour 5, you're done. Like you don't want to be there.
Yeah, bro. Traveling is one of those things, like going to the place is one thing, but like the travel to actually get
transportation,
there, dude, it's rough. Bro.
Yeah, it's rough. I think they're making advancements though. Like I was hearing about do you know about the Concorde back in the 90s, or even it was before that, maybe. I think it was like the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Right. It was a supersonic jet.
Oh, I've heard about this.
Supersonic airplane. And it used to be, like you could buy a ticket on like British Airways and go from New York to London in literally 3.5 hours. Yeah. Which right now it takes 5 hours. And it's 2022, right? Like that was back in the 1980s when you could literally go in 3 hours. But I think they discontinued it because it was loud, like the sound it makes. Like you're literally going supersonic. I think it's like Mach 2 or I'm not even sure, like something like that. Yeah. And the sound it makes when it lands, because it's breaking the sound barrier. Right. Once you break the sound barrier, it makes like a boom sound. And once you get out of the sound barrier, it also makes that sound. Oh, shit. And so when the plane is like literally coming down, it's fucking loud as hell. And you can't have it that loud, especially when there's people living like beneath the airport or whatever. Yeah. And that, and then also crashed too. Like I think one of the crashes was pretty lethal. And so they discontinued that. But now people are saying like we have better technology than back in 1980s and 70s. So they're trying to get that back. Like that technology can be perfected to the point where it's not as loud and people can literally get to places half or twice as quick. Right.
I think I heard like United or something bought like these like super, like what you're talking about, like
supersonic jets.
Yeah. I don't know when they're supposed to release, but
they should release it though.
They should,
because
for sure.
If you go from here to like New York, it's 5 hours. They could cut that by half and make it 3 hours. Right. And any other flight, like it would cut all flights by half, basically.
100%. Yeah. But it's just about making that like, dude, so much money these companies spend on the planes and shit. So
I know, and they lost a shit ton during COVID. Yeah. But I think they'll bounce back. Like it's just such an integral part of like our human lives now. Like everybody travels. Like every second there's a plane up in the air. Yeah, literally every second there are planes flying all around the world. People are moving from different continents every day. Yeah. And literally no other time on earth has that been the case. Like that people can go from, China to Australia to then the US. Like it's crazy. Yeah. And it can all happen in like a few hours, like days. Yeah. Or less than a day, when that would take like months on it like a ship. Like imagine going on a fucking ship.
Oh hell no.
Imagine
hell
going
no.
on a ship.
Dude, that'd be insane, bro.
Like not even a ship. Let's say like a fucking sailboat. Like if you're a pirate, you had to go from like the Caribbean all the way to like, you know, Brazil. Like it would take you a month or 2 months. Like
more, bro.
Yeah,
like
probably more.
Yeah, that'd be insane.
Yeah. And I don't know how they had, it takes balls to do that too. Like you have some sort of map, right? You have something that other people before you have written down, something like they have a vague idea of there's islands here. They know what north, south, east, west is, but you had to trust that. Like there's no satellite to show you the exact precision of this is exactly where it is, this island you want to get to, or this thing. And you would have to just go based on the tools you had and just go out, and you don't know what will happen. Like
you don't even know where you are. Like,
you don't.
You are like based on the map and everything.
I know.
So.
It's crazy. That's how people did it for like hundreds of years. I'm pretty sure. Like that way of transportation.
Yeah, I can't even imagine that. But what's like your favorite place you've traveled to?
Let's see. Favorite place. Costa Rica's up there.
Costa Rica, dude.
Yeah.
I hear so much about Costa Rica. It looks so beautiful.
It is beautiful. It's it's a tropical paradise.
Yeah.
It's a rainforest. Like all around is greenery. Like I think, when did we go? I think it was August. I think so yeah, summertime. And yeah, it was all greenery. It rains pretty much every day, but it's like this type of rain like we're experiencing in California. It's like a humid weather type of rain, and it rains heavy with like a lightning and shit, and it's beautiful though.
Yeah, I've heard
keeps everything green.
Yeah, I've heard there's so many beautiful golf courses out there too.
I don't know about golf courses, but they probably do. But yeah, it would be dope to golf in like a rainforest, but then you'd have to like cut down all those trees and shit. Yeah, which would suck because most of it I think is protected. Like they do a good job of that. Yeah, because I think the main reason people go is because it's like one of the greenest places on earth. Like that's the main attraction, is that tropical environment. So if you start like cutting down and putting fucking buildings and shit, nobody wants to see that. Like you could go to New York if you want that, but people go to Costa Rica because of the natural beauty that that country has. Like I think most of their like GDP, it comes from tourism, so they have to keep that intact. So like, it's a beautiful country.
Dude, one of the dopest places I've been to is like Hong Kong. So
really?
random, but like it's just something about it. Like it feels like New York in some way. It's like on the water, but it's like such like a metropolitan vibe. City vibe. It's like
it's crazy. The history is crazy too. You know, like 100%. How the British, I think they signed or they took over Hong Kong. I forget exactly when, but I think it's like somewhere in the 1800s or maybe even before that. But then they signed a treaty to give it back to China. And in the treaty it says we'll still have it for another 99 years. And that 99 years is up, like, or I think it's already up. And China's trying to fucking take it back.
I think they already did. Like,
they already.
I think
did
a year or two
much.
Ago, like the treaty like expired or whatever, and like.
But that's what they thought at the time, was like 99 years is like forever ago. Like it'll take like generations, but 99 years.
It's like
now. like literally right away.
Here.
It doesn't take that long, but in their minds it was like they could have, or I don't know, they just thought it was a longer time, but but. I don't think it's good for the people there, because they're so used to like having their freedoms. Right. And now here's this dictatorship, like not dictatorship, but communist society that wants to take over. Yeah. You know?
No, I have family out there, and like, dude, everyone, like they say everyone just hates it, bro.
Really? Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't like it, dude. It fucking sucks. Like I'm glad we're in this country, and not because other countries are worse or better, but there's something about this place that everybody seems to, we have our own problems, we have our own differences, but everybody just fucking wants to do something. Like there's a movement here. Like people, nobody's just like sitting around. Like everybody has ideas. They want to like make movies. They want to fucking create shit. Like there's that type of energy in America. Yeah. And I don't see that like any other country I've been to. Like there's not that like grind. There's not like a aspirations to create shit. And I don't know. It's something that makes us who we are, I guess. But it also like kind of impacts you in a way. Like growing up here, you know, I think that's what made me want to start my own businesses and stuff, because I saw it all around me. I saw what capitalism can do. Yeah. Like no other country or no other system, I think, can where you could start from nothing and build to something else. Right. Like you could start with little to no resources, not have a lot of money, but if you take a chance on yourself, if you have ideas that you want to create and that you're willing to put everything out, then things can change for you. Like, and in other societies, it's not as easy. Like you have to obey the government, right? And they're the ones that are in control. If they tell you that this is what you had to do for the rest of your life, that's what you had to do. Like there's no if, ands, or buts. Like you have to do that shit. And it sucks. Like it's hard.
Talking about like the whole grind like mentality, not even just like in America, but I think the best place I've been to that I hopefully want to move one day is like New York, bro.
New York, yeah.
New York, when you're like in New York, you really just like, you look around, like it'll be like 4 a.m., bro, and like you'll see like 20 people just like walking, like I don't know where they're going, but like they're going somewhere.
They're city that never sleeps.
Yeah, no, seriously, bro. But
yeah, New York. I was there last December. Yeah, and it's one of my favorite cities because of that. Like, especially if you're in Manhattan and shit, and you have friends there, and like you're with good people. Yeah, it's always a vibe. Like it's always something's going on. Yeah, you could always do something. And it was December. It's winter there, right? And the weather was no higher than, I'd say, like 40 degrees, but we biked everywhere. We biked in like 40-degree weather, 20-degree weather. We were biking in our like winter jackets, like all fucking bundled up with like 3 layers on. Yeah. And the wind blowing in our face, cold, like crisp air. But it was, I wouldn't want to see the city any other way, because when you're in that city, you don't want to like get in a car or have blocked off from the view, because you could walk anywhere. Like you could just, the city is laid out perfectly where it's just avenues and avenues and streets. Yeah. And so you could just find like everything's on a grid, so you just know, okay, this is on 5th Ave and 30th Street. You know,
everything's just so convenient there. Yeah. Like it's not like you have to get in your car, like here, you have to get in your car. You have to drive minimum like 10 minutes to really do so anything. Convenient. But yeah, I just went to like New York in the summer, but I want to experience like cold weather there. I did when I was like a kid. Yeah. I went for like Christmas. It's nice. Yeah. Yeah. It's, I think the summer is better because like everybody's out. Yeah. But I was there during Christmas, so everybody was in the Christmas spirit. Yeah. And it's all decorated nicely, like the Rockefeller tree. Yeah, it's all there. Yeah. Times Square is busy as hell. Yeah. But yeah, it's just cold, but you get used to it. Like since everybody's doing it, like it just seems, when you're in that city, you feel like a community. Yeah. Like there's 8 million people in this small island, like this peninsula, and everybody is just like a part of a team, even though like they're not the I mean, they're nice people, but they just don't give a fuck. Like they're onto their own mission in life. Like they're on the grind, bro. I have a story about that. Dude, like what I mean, I've been going to New York like every year, like as a kid, because like my grandma lives there. Mm-hmm. So just a visitor, I'd stay like for like a month. at a time.
The month, damn.
1 month out of the summer, like always in New York.
Yeah.
And dude, there was this one time we were just, and she doesn't even live in like Manhattan. But like, just, I know how New Yorkers are, like, just like, yeah, like you said, they just don't give a fuck. But bro, there's this one time I was just walking on the street with my mom, and like, you know, you accidentally just bump into people. And I was a kid at this time. I guess she bumped into people, and bro, this guy just like went off, bro. Like, really? Like just started like screaming and shit. Like, bro, relax.
Damn.
Dude, yeah. And just, yeah, people really just don't.
Yeah,
give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck.
They're either really busy or they're just acting to be busy. Like, I don't know what's going on, bro.
They're in their own world, like their own space. Because I think you get desensitized to the amount of people when you're in it for so long. When you see 8 million people every day, you kind of like think that. You just not. I don't even know what's the word. Like you're used to it at that point.
Right.
It doesn't matter to you that you see somebody fucking like walking down the street or pushing you or pushing somebody else. Like you just move on.
Yeah.
Right. And then
for sure,
if you grow up in like a small town, you know everybody. It's like a lot more personal. What streets are usually empty. There's no traffic.
Right.
But over there, it's the complete opposite. And so shit just moves. Like there's no stopping anybody.
I like that, dude. LA, I feel is so chill. Like
so
it's just
chill,
like sometimes just too chill. Like people just don't really like give a fuck about anything really. They're just like, just going with the flow, you know? But like
LA, like I've been there recently. The vibe is off right now. Like it's just not the same.
After COVID, right?
Yeah, after COVID.
Yeah.
It's not the same. Like I don't know, the people maybe, and just the environment in general. It's not as pleasant. Like I like OC better.
Oh yeah.
Because it's just the people are better. Cleaner. Yeah. Like great beaches.
Yeah.
Like, the weather's also great. So
yeah.
I don't know. But New York, I like a few cities, certain cities. Chicago is also really nice. Have you been there?
No, I haven't been to Chicago.
It's fucking amazing. Like
really?
My parents like it better than New York actually, but
really?
Yeah, it's on the water as well. Like what is it? Lake Michigan.
Yeah.
In the winter it sucks, but in the summer it's amazing. Like it's sunny and good weather, good people, everybody's out. Yeah. There's even rivers. Like the river connects or goes through the city too. Like you could take a boat ride into like you're in a boat, and then the skyscrapers are right here. Like literally right to either side of you, and you could just cruise through.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen like videos and stuff. It just looks sick.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Miami's sick too.
Miami, I haven't been there yet. I want to go.
It's just like one of those party towns, or at least like just like South Beach, like the downtown Miami is just like one of those places. Like
it's just pure partying. Yeah,
people are just like partying, and it seems like they don't know. Like it seems like no one has a job there in Miami. I know. Like really, it's just like people are just like out having fun. Like,
I'm pretty sure I listened to somebody on an interview, and they said that the clubs are literally packed every night. Like if you go on Monday, it's the same as Friday. It's the same as Tuesday. Like it's always like that. Like always busy. The entertainment scene, the hospitality scene. Yeah, it's booming like crazy. Yeah.
I've seen like one club there that like they go into like 8 a.m. bro. Like it doesn't like close. I'm like, bro, go home. Yeah. But
dude, that's crazy. I haven't gone to a club yet and stayed there till like it's morning out. But that would just be a trippy experience.
Nah, yeah.
Like you're there the whole night, and then you get out and it's like the next day.
Bright as hell.
Bright.
Bro. Yeah.
That would suck.
Sure.
Yeah. I was in Arizona recently, and we went to a club there. As fucking crazy. Like it was like a college town, right? Scottsdale, I'm pretty sure, like somewhere around there. And it was wild. Like there was I believe 5 or 6 clubs all right next to each other. So there was like it was like an intersection, and they closed down all the streets, so no cars can get in. It's just like thousands of people on the street, dude. In the clubs. All the clubs are playing like different music, so it just sounds like sound. Like all you're hearing is like waves like pulsing.
Damn,
on
that's
the
sick.
street. Yeah.
That's sick.
It was crazy.
I was just in Montreal. Like me and my boys took like a trip out there.
Yeah.
Just cause like it's such like, dude, it's such a young town.
Really?
Like everyone's like really young there. Like
I would think it's an older town, but
it is an older town, but like the whole like there's so many.
Is
like,
it a college town? Like are there colleges
no,
there?
it's not a college town, but like there's a lot of young people. Like it's like a party town of like Canada. I feel like that's
really?
that's what people say.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this also one street, bro, that just like till like who knows, like 3-4 a.m. Just like people are just there, bro.
There. Yeah.
Just always people there doing like partying, random shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like speaking of Canada, Toronto is like one of my favorite cities of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never been there.
Toronto
I've only been
is
to like Vancouver,
but
I want to make it out to like,
yeah, Toronto the people are like way nicer than anywhere I've been to.
Really?
Yeah, like they're nice people. Especially when it's like a city, like how we talk about with New York, there's a lot of people and people get desensitized and they just don't give a fuck about you. But in Toronto, it's that big city, not as big as New York, but people are kind to you and like it's just a friendly environment. But I think that's Canada in general. Like people make the stereotype that Canadians are nicer and shit like that, but it's a good environment. But the winters suck too. Like anywhere up there, like that's why I don't want to move there or like move to any place like north, because the winter. Like when you live here in California for so long, you're used to like sunshine every day.
Yeah, the weather's just
that
amazing.
Vitamin D.
Yeah, the weather's just amazing. Like year round. I experienced like once winter in New York.
Mm-hmm.
That bro, I just made me never want to go back ever. Like it was like a blizzard happened, and like, dude, we woke up on Christmas. We had to put like eight layers on, bro. It was like really? Crazy. But I was also younger, so that's probably why I hated it. But I don't know. I want to experience it again just to see how it is, because everyone complains about it. Like my sister just moved there, and she's like preparing to like get coats and all this stuff, which I'm sure you need, but like.
Yeah, it's good to like see the full seasons though. Like you get to experience spring, summer, fall, winter, the whole cycle. Here you don't even know like what season it is. Like sometimes it's 80 degrees in December, so you don't even know what it's like. So in other parts of the country and other parts of the world, like you get to experience the whole cycle of the seasons, which is nice. Like we don't get the changing of the leaves.
Right.
Like we have palm trees and they stay palm trees the whole fucking time, you know?
Yeah.
It's never changes, but I like experiencing that too. Like I was in Virginia a few years ago.
Yeah.
And there I was in October, so it was like the peak time of fall and all the leaves were like yellow and orange, and you get to see that for miles. Like on the airplane that the arrival from the plane, you get to see all the trees, like and it's not developed as much, so it's just mostly trees everywhere. Yeah, it's amazing. Hopefully people keep it that way. Like I hope people don't keep cutting down trees and shit.
Yeah, dude, over here it's like you said, like it'll be 80 degrees in December, bro. Right now it's like literally raining, which it like never does.
In September.
Yeah.
Not usually. Yeah, and it's not.
It's like 100 degrees, bro. It's like
it's not cold rain either. Over here in California, we're used to rain in winter, and it's like 60 degrees.
Yeah,
frigid. You know, maybe even 50 degrees. But right now, it was raining yesterday, and it's 80 degrees, like 50% humidity, 60% humidity, hot, humid, like muggy weather.
Feels like New York.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah, I like it though. I like it like this because I like it when it's warm and rainy because it feels like tropical and shit.
Right.
If it's cold, you got to put on a coat. Like I'm in shorts and it's like fucking fine right now. You know.
Yeah.
It's not
100%.
It's not too cold or too hot. It's just a nice temperature.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've loved traveling, and it's a great thing to experience because you get to learn about people and cultures that you might have never even thought about. Like
for sure,
especially if you go to other countries, you don't know how people live until you go there. Like you could see all the pictures you want, but you go and meet the people, you go to different places and you start to see how there's this side of the world. Like you don't have to be in this bubble anymore.
For sure.
And, and not that you have to like everything that people do.
Yeah.
But it's a good experience to just see the perspectives of all things, right? Like especially I've been to India like 4 times now.
Yeah.
3-4 times, I think. And every time I go, it's just a perspective shift on that this part of the world exists, like that people don't live in the best conditions, but they're still happy, and that there's always like a giving attitude. Like people will invite you to your home and like literally give you like platters of food.
Yeah.
You know, like they just don't stop.
Yeah.
And like you could tell them fucking 8 times that I don't want any more, but they'll still insist that you're getting more.
Indians families, bro. Forgetting. But yeah, no, I think that's also, I feel like it makes you like really appreciate what you have also, like seeing it from like a different perspective. Yeah. Because like you'll go to like I was in Bali like a couple years ago, and like, bro, the way they live out there is like, it's so different than like what we're used to here, you know? So it just makes you like appreciate everything like you have, you know? Because sometimes like you might not think it's like whatever, it's because so like everything here is like so normal. Yeah. People just get used to like their life and stuff like that. So when you travel, you get to learn about so many different cultures and just appreciate what you actually have. So yeah. Yeah.
It inspires you too. Like you look around and it puts you in a different state. Cause I think, as humans, we get in a routine,
right?
Like every single day we're doing, going to school or going to work or doing certain things that we do all the fucking time.
Right.
And you drive down the same path, you go to the same places. But when you have a completely different environment, that's to me is like the best part of traveling, is to now be in this new place. And then there's like 2 parts of the mind. Your conscious mind, the one that's actively thinking, and your subconscious, which controls literally 90% of your life.
Right.
And that now changes. Like your subconscious doesn't know what to do. Like now it's your conscious mind literally in this hotel room or something. Like I've never been in this place before. And now it's like consciously thinking of everything. But in your house, you don't even have to think about like where the bathroom is. You know exactly where it is. You're not even thinking about how you're brushing your teeth. Like it's just like right then and there. Like there's no thinking involved.
Right.
But when you go to a different environment, now you're like perceiving everything for the first time.
Yeah.
And it gets you in a different state, which I fucking love, because the routine is you kind of get too clouded. Like the imagination and creativity gets lost in routine. Like I like going to different spots and just seeing images, or just seeing like billboards or plants, or going on social media and seeing different creators or people that I've never seen, or music that I've never listened to. Because it changes everything. Like now you're inspired in a different way. And you get to put it into what you do. Like just started this clothing brand, Be Change. I don't think this is the first episode that after that. Thank you, bro. And this is the first episode that after I started it this week. And I've learned a lot through that process of just creation, and how much your environment matters, how much people matter, how much music matters. Like I got inspired in so many different ways through things that I didn't even know would inspire me. Like certain YouTube recommendations, like some of the videos that I made were inspired by this guy named Danny Jurowitz, who's a YouTuber, like a cinematographer.
Right.
And he has like incredible videos with great sound design, like a documentary of this guy biking in Hawaii, which like I would never click on a video, right? But it was shot so well that you're just in awe of like that somebody created this with, that much detail, and it's like perfection. And so I was like inspired by all these different things that then allow me to create something completely different, or like just being inspired and then shooting off into whatever I want to create.
Right.
It's a beautiful process that happens.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean, traveling is great, like to get out of like that routine for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, something about me just loves the routine.
Loves the routine,
like,
yeah.
I feel like over the summer, like, for the first part of the summer, I was like in a really good routine, but then I kind of just like fizzled out. Like, you know, when you start traveling, like,
yeah,
it's hard to get back on the routine. So I think right now I'm just trying to like with
what do you want your routine to be? Like what's like a daily routine that you do every day?
Like specifically, like
yeah, like day? what or not like exact, but what would you want it to be?
Like where I'm just like focused, like on myself, really. Like a routine where I'm just like working on myself, like not really caring about like anything else,
other people's opinions, and all that. Yeah,
because I like going to the gym, like focus on like work, career, like all this. Because I feel like ages like 18 to I'd say like 22 are really like crucial for like your career and like where you want your life to go.
It's a time where you get to pick like what you're gonna do, and it's not like you can't change it after.
No, for sure.
But it's like you're grown up basically. Like you gotta make some decisions.
Yeah.
It's a tough thing, and we talked about before the podcast. Like I was in that place at 18 years old, like 17, 18 years old. I realized that, and it dawned on me that it was nobody else's decision but mine. Like it was nobody else's responsibility.
Yeah.
To do it. Like no one else, not your parents, your friends, your uncles, your relatives, like they're not going to come and tell you, hey, this is what you like to do and this is your life's work. Like it's not just going to come. Purpose doesn't like land on your lap.
No. Definitely not, bro.
That. Like for me, you might think I'm lying when I say this, but like it took me 6 months of deep reflection to find my purpose. Like 6 months of going deep in my mind and listening to tapes and listening to like different speakers talk about like mindset, and like Gary Vee helped a lot with that. Like I started watching his videos. You probably know who he is, right?
Yeah, of course.
I started watching him when I was like 15 years old.
Really?
15. I randomly came onto his Instagram through an ad.
Yeah.
And I just followed him before he had like 1 million followers.
Yeah.
And from 15 to 16, he like completely reshaped my mindset. Like from not having any direction to like now being like focused on, okay, I got to take risks. I got to like, he just made it seem as if it's possible to like go after big things.
Right.
And then it like, okay, I got the mindset developed a little bit. Now what do I put it towards?
Right.
And that was like a whole journey that took me months to figure out, like, how am I gonna, how do you find what you like?
Right.
Like nobody teaches you that. There's so many things that you can do in this world. Like you could be a fucking alpine skier and be a chef, or, plant trees for a living. Like you could do so many things, but nobody is going to show you. Like you have to go search for it. It's not going to be put right in front of you, and you're not going to immediately know that this is it. And the trying of it, like the going after and seeking it.
Right.
That's what life's all about.
Yeah.
That's it.
Not even like, so finding your purpose is like one thing, right? But like, dude, some things like just taking that risk to just do it, bro, and like go head first into it. It's like, it's a big risk, bro. I don't know, but like, it's so good that you found it, bro. And it's like,
it is.
I don't even know mine, like honestly, bro, I'm still trying to figure things out.
It takes time. Like what I tell people is it's gonna be your effort, like your here's a great quote that I loved by this poet named Rumi. He said, and he lived like in the 12th century. He said, what you seek is seeking you.
Right.
Meaning if you're going after something, the energy of like your thinking of like trying to go seek the purpose. Like you're not just going to find something. You had to go search for it first.
Right.
And when you go in a certain direction, that thing is going to also be looking for you. Like it's just going to, there's something about perspective, right? Like if you're driving on the road and you think to yourself, how many red cars can I see? Yeah. Right. You're going to be looking for red cars. Yeah. Right. And now you're going to see, oh, there's like all these red cars here. Yeah. But if you're not looking for it, you'll never see them. Yeah. You'll think, oh, there's like no red cars on there. But like when you're actively looking, you'll find like everything. Everything 100%. Happens that way. Yeah. And you see, like good ideas don't come to you. Like you got to go look for them. You got to go search. Like every day, all I think about is like, how can I develop myself? Right. That's all I do. Yeah. I don't like the action. Like I learned this 1 or 2 years ago. I was so focused on the actions. Like, what do I have to do to become like to be where I want to be, to have my dreams turn to reality? I was like, how many clips do I have to post? How much action do I have to do? How many times do I have to go to the gym? Like I was focused on action so much that I realized it's not even about the action. It's about within. Yeah. Because the thoughts create the action. You don't take any steps before you think of it first. Right. You have to have the idea and then you do something. Right. So I realized, why not change the thought as if like I already have it. Like I already want whatever I want is already here. Right. And I got into like a solution based mindset, and I just kept on seeing the things. Like I just felt that, okay, this is the right action that I need to take. And it was the right action. Right. And you don't know until you try, of course, but you just start getting in a rhythm of, okay, this feels right. This doesn't feel right. This is the right step. And you'll fail a ton. That's part of it. Like there's no getting rid of that. Like you have to get through that failure.
There's been so many times where like I've tried something, like had so many ideas and like failed so many times, honestly, bro, because like, but at the same time, like we talked about like earlier, like off the podcast, if you have an idea, like you might as well just go through with it, because if you don't try, you'll never know if it's gonna fail or succeed.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, bro, like if you have anything like this podcast, like your clothing brand that you launched, so it's
you never know. You just never know until you try. And I think what helps me most is like having a clear vision of what I want. Like that's what separates, I think, humans from every other species. Like that ability to imagine what you can become. Like it's something that's not here in this moment, but you could see it somehow. Like I could tell you, imagine a red dog, and you could picture that. Like I don't know how. Like no, I don't think any scientist in the world can tell you exactly how that's done. Yeah. But it happens. Like you could picture it. Like you don't even have to close your eyes, and you could see a red dog, or you could see a red car. But that happens, and to be able to see it, I think you had to put, like, to be able to bring it into form, basically, like the logo here. This started as an idea. Like this was the B change was an idea that I had because I thought the one of the most important ideas for me was to constantly change myself. Yeah. Because as soon as I got stagnant, I realized my life fucking sucked. Right. Like every time I got into that's why people call it like a rut. Like they've been doing something for so long. Yeah. They're in this like rut in life. And I realized in order to never be in a rut, I have to constantly evolve myself. Right. And that's where that brand came from, or that name. And the logo you see today, I had the idea from like this brand that I saw, like the font type I really liked. Yeah. But it took me going through 100 fonts to find that one. Yeah. Like it was just me like going over and over again, failing. Okay, I came back the next day. I don't like this one as much. Yeah. Okay, came back the next day. Let me change this around, change this. And over time, it just develops until you find the right thing. And it's that journey that makes it all worth it. Like I realized it's not the destination. Like I started the clothing brand on September 7th. I don't give a fuck about that. Like whatever day, like, okay, I crossed the line. It was never about like having it open. It was about the journey of developing myself so that this is possible. Because this didn't come into my life because it was like because I took the right actions. It came into my life because I developed myself up to this point. Right. This was my ability to become a better person that allowed me to have this opportunity. Yeah. And anything is like that. Like money comes to you because of that. Right. Like one of my favorite speakers, he said, it would suck to see, or it would be dishonorable to see a person that has millions of dollars but doesn't have $1 million personality, right? But doesn't have a $1 million attitude, right? Right? Like you don't get $1 million by wanting $1 million. You get $1 million by becoming worthy of $1 million, by becoming a person that is worthy of having it, right? And so that's my whole life's mission, is just like constantly changing so that you get better every day. Like you get better every year. Yeah. And you could do it to like anything you want. Like there's no limit. Like you don't even have to do it for money. You could do it for any reason, like fulfillment and things that you like to do. Like if you like skiing, or if you like playing basketball, or if you like going on hikes, like imagine the best case scenario and go after that.
Yeah. And I always believe like if you have a passion for something, like everyone always talks about money and like, oh, they're not like money in this area or whatever. But like, dude,
I hear that so much, bro. Like I cringe when I hear people say that there's this business or this area is doing really well right now. I'm like, God damn it,
dude. Bro. Like, it's like, dude, if you have a passion for something, like just do it, bro. Like just do it and money will come. Like you'll find a way. Like
exactly.
There's always ways to monetize like literally everything in this world.
And especially now, like this is the time to do it. Like the 21st century, the technology is here. There's more opportunity than ever. Everybody has a phone and has an internet connection and can do something with that. And you could learn, like information is basically free. Yeah. You could go on YouTube and type up any kind of how-to video and learn something.
The amount of things I've learned from just like YouTube, bro, it's like, I feel like, I've really learned so much. Like even like we were talking about like the back end of like setting up a brand and stuff like that. Like, dude, if I didn't have a YouTube, I would like, well, I don't even know what the hell I would do, or where even to start, you know, like learned so much, bro.
Yeah. It helps you a lot. 'Cause I think the lack of information causes all fear, right? Ignorance. If you don't know, you'll always be fearful, but since information is so plentiful now, you could just look up, like if you want to edit a video or if you want to learn how to do Photoshop, you could just go on YouTube and learn all the skills needed and practice those skills so that now you're not afraid of it anymore. Like now you're, okay, I know exactly what to do here, or I want to create this thing. I know exactly what to do. Because if you don't know, you're kind of like 2 feet, one in and one out. Like you're kind of hesitant, and when you're hesitant, like you become immobilized. You don't even do anything, and that's the worst. Like you had to be either in or out. Like don't be in between, because then you'll just stop and you'll never like take action on anything. So go either all in or all out. You have to decide, or else it's a lonely place when nothing is happening. And then you're like I said, the imagination is a powerful thing, right? But it can also be used in the negative way. Like you can imagine all the things that go wrong. Yeah. and you'll be in such a worse place because now you'll start to see that happen. Like there's so many times where I think anybody could relate when you think of a negative situation, right? Like you're thinking of a future situation in a negative way, and then it happens.
Right.
And then you're like, see, I shouldn't have tried it because I failed at it. Like you see, and then what people don't understand is that thought caused it.
Yeah.
Because you can only express what you have within you.
Right,
If you have a negative thought, that's what you're going to express. And the only thing that can be expressed is through what we call our fucking body.
Yeah.
Like that's where all energy is expressed. Right. And so when you take a negative action and you see a negative result, all you're doing is seeing the result of what the thought had. Mm-hmm. And that was a fucking huge realization for me back like in 2 years ago, because I knew it. I had the thought of that, but it wasn't put to me until I heard like a speaker. I think his name was Bob Proctor. He said that in like one of his seminars, and I heard it and I was like, okay, yeah, that's exactly how life works.
Yeah.
It's the thought that then causes the action. So if I just change the thinking, then all the other things will take care of itself.
Right.
And that's how it happened. Like now that's how I do everything. Like I work harder on myself than anything else.
Yeah. No, definitely. I've been trying to like get back into that.
Mm-hmm.
But like with school starting and like work, and like I'm like doing a lot of recruiting for like internships and stuff like that. Like it's just so much. Yeah. It's just like,
and I think it could only happen when you're like by yourself too.
Right.
Like it doesn't happen when you're with a lot of people. Like solitude is one of the biggest things for me, because when you're by yourself and thinking,
right,
that's where you get the realizations. Like I've never had that like good ideas when I'm with a lot of people and focused on other shit. It was like when I was sitting in my room, had nothing to do.
Yeah.
And it like dawned upon me, like I had inspiration from something and had some idea and that felt right. And you just go after it.
Yeah. And I love like just like, I think it's so important to like really spend time with yourself. That's what I really value. Cause like, dude, I don't know how people be just like, they just have to be somewhere
with like, somebody else. Yeah.
Yeah. Like every day, bro, every second of the day. It's like, man, I just need like me time, bro. Mm-hmm. Like just to like reflect and like relax and do things I actually enjoy. You know what I mean?
Same.
So I really value that.
Yeah. Same. It's such a important, tool. Like I think without it, you get influenced too much based on other people's opinions. Like people start to tell you who you are, and you start to believe that idea.
Yeah. Now that you're saying that, bro, yeah, it's true. But yeah.
And nobody knows. Like nobody knows you besides you. That's what I've gotten to understand is not your closest friends, not your parents. Like nobody knows who you are except you. And you can't even share it to anybody else because you can't put that part of yourself there. Like it's inner thoughts that you cannot express. Like it's not even words that can describe what's going on within. So it's something that you have to go through within yourself and by yourself. Like it's a what is it called? It's not lonely, but a journey that you have to do by yourself. Like it's a one-on-one,
right?
Really. Like it's you versus you all the time. And it's something you had to deal with because nobody is going to know besides you. Like nobody is going to know what you like and don't like besides you. Yeah. Nobody's going to tell you that. And that figuring out process is the best part of life. Like finding out what you like gets you close, or finding out what you don't like gets you closer to what you like.
Right.
And finding what you like makes you want to do it more. And then all these different aspects start to come in, and then you start to build yourself up more and more.
Right.
Like different skills that you didn't think that you could have. Like, I don't know how I learned Photoshop. I just fucking did. Like, you know, something that I enjoyed, and it just kept building on different blocks and different ideas, and you start to develop yourself to something that you're really proud of. Like that's been a huge part of going after my dreams, was seeing the result of it now, like 3-4 years after I made the decision to like do what I love.
Yeah.
Is like, it was completely worth it.
Yeah.
Like every risk was worth it. It didn't matter how fearful it was. It didn't matter how much doubt I had. And I look back, and in the moment I was fucking scared as fuck. Like it's not easy. It's not like a walk in the park, but that I would do it 1,000 times over. Yeah. I would do it 1,000 times over, and it wouldn't even matter. I would not change a thing that happened. Every failure, I would do it again 10,000 times, because it made me who I am. And I know that going into future failures and future fears, like I have that same mindset. Like 5 years from now, I'm gonna pray that this happened. Like I'm glad that this happened. Yeah. Right.
Dude, sometimes like it's so crazy to like really like, if you really like been working on yourself and doing like what you really want, like have you ever just like look back to like the past like 3 years or like 2 years or even like the past year, like damn.
Yeah, you change. Like,
like you changed a lot. Like, you know?
Yeah, it's
and the way you progress also. Yeah. It's like crazy.
Yeah. From 18 to 21, I'm like the 18-year-old doesn't exist. Yeah. Like not one part of that person. I was
such a goofy ass kid, bro. Like honestly, like I just look back and I just like,
3 years changes a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like, it needed to happen, right? Mm-hmm. It needed to happen to like become like who you are today. Yeah. So there's no complaining.
Yeah. No complaints. Yeah. And I think the best part about it is, as human beings, we get to choose that. Yeah. Like you could actively choose who you want to be. Right. Like if you don't like a part of your personality, you could change that. Like you could, if you don't like, I don't even know, your attitude towards people. Right. Let's say you have a negative attitude towards people. Every time you see people, you get angry or frustrated. You could start to change that. And it doesn't have to be drastic. It could start with saying hi to every single person you meet. Like no matter what, you're scary at first, but you just do that every single time. And eventually, like that one change in direction causes you to go to a completely different destination. Over time, you're like, oh wait, that person, like people are going to look at you and say, oh wait, you're like completely different now. Like I saw you 3 years ago. Like that's what my friends have said. And who I haven't met since high school, like my friend Noah, who was on the podcast like a few months ago. Right. I hadn't seen him since my high school graduation. Oh damn. And yeah, so a lot of things had changed after that. Mm-hmm. And we catched up, and he was like, you're just a completely different person, bro. Like I don't even recognize you. Like you're just fucking completely different personality, and like everything you do, the things about you. And that gave me like sort of affirmation that I was heading in the right direction. Right. Because it would suck to me that if somebody came up and you're like, that's the exact same person. Right. After 3 years, you didn't change shit. Nah. Like, you know? Yeah. So yeah, it's part of it. Like the changing aspect. That's why it's Be Changed. Like I try to
shop the merch.
Yeah. Shop it, man. Like, you don't even have to buy anything if you don't want, but the reason I came up with this is to just share the message. Right. Like literally, I want people to understand that it's in your control. Literally nobody else has control of your life except you. Like you could change anything and everything. Right. If you don't like how it is, you can change it. Right. And it's all up to you. Like nobody could have told me that I could have at like 10 years old that I have a clothing brand and a podcast, and I have so many other ideas that I want to do, and that it's all like possible to do,
Right.
you know? But, you know, I made a change, and that mindset kicked in, and then now things happen, and anybody can do that. Like I don't know what it is you want. I don't know what it is anybody else wants, but as long as you change who you are, you'll be happy with yourself.
Right. And it just starts with like those, it doesn't have to be like drastic changes like you said.
It doesn't have to be
It's
drastic.
just like making small changes that even like, that's sometimes like when I think to myself like, oh, I want to change this, I'll like want to change like this huge part. But like, no, it just starts with like the small changes. Like we talk about going to the gym, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, if I haven't been going to the gym like for this many years, all right, let me just like, regardless if I even like work out or something, right? Yeah. Let me just make it to the gym. Just like driving to the gym. I could sit in the parking lot, but just because
go there,
just to go to the gym and like get in that mindset is just like, all right, that's like step one.
That's the first step. And
you know,
because when you think of it as a long journey,
right,
you'll instantly think that I can't do it because it's just so drastic of a change that you're afraid. Like it'll cause, like what I talked about before was the subconscious mind. I learned this again through Bob Proctor, who like made it fucking clear as day exactly what happens in your mind. He said the subconscious, which controls literally 95% of what you do, when you try to make drastic changes, there's like a paradigm, like literally what people call the comfort zone, right? And it's a zone that your mind is in. And when you start to get out of it, every ounce of your body and your mind is trying to reel you back in, because it doesn't know like anything after that.
Yeah, because your body's so used to
like that routine. It's like a drug, basically.
Yeah,
like you've been addicted to this one way of life for so long that it's carved this nice path. You do it every day. Yeah, it's nice and easy. But when you try to tell your mind, because your mind can go there, like it's definitely possible. Yeah, it's definitely possible for you to do anything you want. Like the capacity of a human being is literally unlimited. There's no limit to where a person can be or grow. There's literally no limit to it. But when you first have the idea, it'll always like pull you back. It'll always restrict you. And the only fucking way that I know how to like battle it is to constantly put your energy on that thought over and over and over again. Yeah. Even with the fear, you just keep on believing it for months, for years. You just keep on believing that you could do it. And that's what faith is. Right. Faith is the ability to believe in the unseen. Right. And when you walk like by faith and not by sight, that's what gets you to the ability where that's what gets you to the point where it doesn't even matter what the circumstances. It doesn't even matter that I'm in this shape in my life. I'm just going to go to the gym and do whatever it takes for however long it takes. Yeah. Because that's what I want. Yeah. And now your body is like, now your subconscious is starting to like shift. Right. Now it starts to say, okay, this guy just won't give up. Like this guy's on something here. Like he just wants this so fucking bad. So, all right, we're going this way now. Yeah. And now it's like a completely different direction. And now a new way, a new path in your mind has been created. Right. And your personality accepts it. Because I think your personality is like your personal reality. Right. And what it has, the actions have to pass through that. You don't do anything that isn't correlated exactly to your personality. Right. So if you change the personality, the actions will automatically change by itself, because now it accepts new actions that you have now. Okay, this is who I am now. I'm the person that goes to the gym 5 days a week, no matter what. Yeah. And that's who you are. Like that's some people set that intention and then they made it at 18 years old and they've been doing it for 30 years.
Yeah. And once you get into like, you train your brain to like get in that routine when you added like that unfamiliar part. Like then when you stop, like say you're going to the gym for so long, then like
and you stop that,
just missing the gym like one day, it's like, damn, I feel different. It's like,
you know, that's what happened weird. During COVID, bro. Like, I've been going to the gym since I was, I think, 14 years old. Like I was probably too young to go to the gym, but I just went because it was something that I enjoyed.
Yeah.
But when it ended, I was like, or when it stopped during COVID, there was like a different shift. Like I wanted to work out, and I'm so used to working out. I'm so used to like going in the sauna and stuff. And now that meditation, like to me, that's like meditation.
Right.
Weightlifting is a mental thing too.
Oh, for sure, bro.
And that getting rid of that aspect of my routine was like a detriment in so many ways.
Yeah.
And then I had to do it at my house, which was like the same environment, the same place over and over and over again.
Right.
And then it took a while to like get used to that, and then finally go back to the gym and then rebuild the routine. And like it takes a toll, but if you make one good habit, the next habit comes. Like if you go to the gym, you'll probably start eating healthy.
Yeah.
If you start eating healthy, you'll probably, have better things, like better ideas, more creative thoughts, or like whatever, you'll start going in a certain direction. Like one positive habit leads to another positive habit, which leads to another.
Yeah.
But it's also the opposite. Like if you lack in discipline, if you lack in going to work out, you'll probably not eat healthy.
Yeah.
And you'll probably go down all these other things that
for sure
will not be beneficial to you.
Yeah.
And it's not what you want. So like that, the small things do matter in a way. Like you have to keep up with all the disciplines, and there will be days where you'll lack in some, like you'll fail and you'll make mistakes, and you might not want to go to the gym, and you might not want to take certain actions, and you might not have the strength or the energy, and stuff like that will happen. But as long as you try, that's what's most important. The trying. That's it.
And it's like the craziest thing you say that. It's like, there's always those days where you don't want to like go to the gym, but if you go to the gym that day, you're going to feel so good. Cause there's been so many times where like, oh, I'm like, dude, fuck this. Like, I don't want to go, bro. Honestly, like, I'm just so tired. But like, dude, when you go, like, you feel so amazing right after. Like, it just feels so good.
Yeah.
And like, even like the COVID thing, like, dude, working out at home is just like, I've tried it, something I can't do.
Yeah,
I don't know why. It's like, I have to like make
the environment's not
like, the environment's not there. Like, dude, my mom will be cooking fucking Indian, like chicken tikka in the kitchen, like 3 feet away, bro. Like,
you're trying to work out here, smell this food, bro. Like,
for real, bro. So it's just like something like part of my routine where I have to like really just make that like 15-minute drive to go to the gym to really put myself in that like mindset.
Yeah.
To actually like work out like properly, like go
and
hard.
I think seeing other people there, like also getting a good workout in, also like kind of inspires you, because when I go to the gym and see like other people working out or just like doing the best that they can, right? Like it doesn't matter if they're lifting the most weight, but they're like they're trying, and so that gets me in the right attitude, right? To okay, I'm gonna give it my all in this workout. Like there's all these other people are here. They could be anywhere else. Like they don't have to do this. Yeah. But they're here and they're trying their best, right?
You know what really inspires me is because I go to the same gym, been going to the same location also for like the
few
past
years.
Yeah. And bro, the craziest thing is I used to go to the gym like when I was like in middle school, like just to play ball or whatever, right? And I started going back again like a couple months ago. Dude, I see the same people that I used to see when I was a kid still at the same gym, showing up like every day. I'm like, wow. Obviously, they look completely different. Like they've aged and everything. But like, dude, the fact that they like are so consistent, bro, it's just so motivating. And like, even going to the gym like every day, you'll see the same people over and over and again.
Yeah, and you know, you kind of get a like a quick scan of, okay, these are the people that get after it every day.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've been going to the same gym for I think like 4 years now.
Yeah.
And yeah, you see those people that have been going for 4 years.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what month it is, doesn't matter what week it is, like you'll see them at that time every single day.
Yeah. And it's crazy because like you could see like you're kind of like on a journey with them together, even though like you might not know them or whatever.
Yeah.
But like you'll see them like 1 month when you first start, and then 3 months later it's like, holy shit, bro. Like,
yeah,
you know,
they've changed.
Yeah,
they got better.
You've changed.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy, dude. It's so crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. To see like it seems like you're growing together.
Right.
And
exactly.
And then they're getting better and they're getting the body that they want. You're getting the body that you want.
Yeah.
And it's like a mental thing too. Like I talked about, the gym is a meditative place for a lot of people, including myself.
Same.
It puts you in a mind it puts you in a state that is calming, right. And all you're focused on, you could have a shit ton of problems going on, but all you're focused on is lifting weight. That's it.
Yeah.
Can you move this 100-pound dumbbell, or can you move this, can you squat 135 pounds or 225 or whatever? And can you basically move weight? That's it.
Yeah.
And that's all you're focused on. And I think on the other hand, like with life in general, you're so focused on every other thought, like everything's going on. You're focused on 1,000 different things.
Right.
But when you get to an environment like the gym, now it's just like calming. Okay, this is where I'm at. I can't do anything else. I don't even bring my phone in the gym because I don't want to go in. Like I don't want to have text. I don't want to have phones. Like I don't want to have calls. Like I don't even listen to music. Whatever music the gym has on, fuck it, whatever it is.
No way.
And that's it.
Crazy, bro. Cause like I've went to the gym sometimes, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'll get there, I'll park and everything, and I'll realize, oh shit, I forgot my headphones. Dude, I won't even enter the gym,
Really?
bro. I'm turning around, I'm getting my headphones. I need like
the music,
bro. Cause like when I go to the gym, it's like, okay, go to work, go to school. It's like, dude, that one thing, like part of the day where I'm like, all right, I don't have to think about anything but the gym, you know? So it's like, I just need to like lock in.
Some people, a lot of people need music. Like I see most people in the gym have headphones on, like literally most people. But for me, I've always, I don't think, like at 14 years old, I didn't have a phone. So I started with no music, like no phone or anything. So I just got used to having no phone. So I just leave it in the car, go into the gym and, work out for an hour and a half. And, it's out of mind and not even near me. So there's no like reaction to getting it. Like there's no, cause it kind of distracts you sometimes. Like if you're trying to change the music, now you might go on Instagram. Yeah. Now you might be scrolling for 30 minutes.
It happens all the fucking time, bro. All the time. In between sets and stuff like that. You're just like, dude,
and then now you're thinking about other shit, which now it gets you out of that meditative state, that you came to the gym for.
Yeah. I think over this past summer, I've just been trying to find like hobbies, like that are really like just for me. Like, like the gym was one and like golf is another thing. Dude,
golf.
Like,
I got into golf a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude.
I saw you were at Top Golf yesterday.
Yeah. I was just there for like my friend's birthday. It's funny because like Top Golf, I feel like it's blown up in the past like 3 years.
Yeah.
But like when they like first opened, I think like their first location was like in Houston or something. And I was out there and like I went like 10 years ago.
10 years.
To like Top Golf.
Yeah, I didn't know about it then. I think, when did I go? I think 2018 was the first time in Colorado.
Yeah. But no, it's been around for like so long, and it's like now it's just become like this huge craze.
Yeah, it's
that like
the one in California, the two I think just opened this year. It's like the first two that opened in California.
Bro, you can't even like get like it's so hard to even get a bay.
Really,
like, dude. I went opening weekend. This is stupid, honestly.
Yeah,
I don't know
opening weekend.
Opening weekend, bro. No reservation, nothing, bro. We get there, bro. It's a 7-hour wait.
7 hours.
7 hours. And we're like, all right, fuck this, bro. Like, we're not coming. We're not even gonna wait or nothing.
Yeah,
dude.
that's way too long.
Yeah, but
why would they even take that many people?
I don't even know. Like, dude, who's waiting 7 hours? Right? But nah, golf is like one of those things. Like, one of my buddies, like, no, two of my buddies, like, got into it like a year. One of my friends used to be on the golf team at our high school.
Yeah.
And then one of my friends, another, like, it's 3 of us, he got into it too, like a year ago with like his family and his brother and everything like that. And then I'm like, it was like golf is like always one of those things where like I'll go to the range, I'll like, all right,
hit a few balls
and like really suck at it, bro, and just like, all right, fuck this. Like honestly, like I'm never doing this shit ever again. But I don't know, something about it, like once you like really put your mind to it and just practice, bro. I like this summer, like I was going to like the range like every day, playing a course like every weekend, bro.
Damn.
And it's just like the 3 of us, we just like go to like different courses like every weekend, bro, basically. Yeah. And it's just like, it's such a mental game. And it's just such like, you could have great conversation. Like you drink on the course, like food, like it's just such a great time.
I know. It's honestly amazing. It's a big mental game. Like you could put all the force you want into that driver, but if you don't have technique, if you don't have focus, like it'll never, it won't happen. But it's the practice, like you said, that gets you better at anything really. Right. But with golf, especially, you might be swinging like perfectly, but there's one thing about your technique that's off. Yeah. And that if somebody points it out to you or you watch a YouTube video on it, you're like, oh, that's what I need to do. And it changes the game. Yeah. You know?
Golf is literally one of those things all about form. Like you said, it's like some people just come in and try to swing as hard as they can, bro. And it's just like, nah, like you could swing it light, but if your form is really good, it'll go like the same distance.
Yeah, same. Yeah, you know? Same.
But
I think when did I start? I'm not like a avid golfer or anything, but I think I started going to the range for the first time. I was maybe like 16 years old, and I think my cousin, because my cousins live near a golf course and they have a driving range there, and we would just go to like, you know, fuck around. Like we didn't know how to play golf, but we just started with the little knowledge we had, and slowly like just got better. Like I think I've been on the range on the driving range maybe like 100 times now. Yeah. But you just get better every time. Like and I started this summer. I watched like a shit ton of YouTube videos. Right. You probably know Rick Shields.
Oh yeah, of course, bro.
That man, he could teach anybody how to golf, bro. Like his videos are so detailed and like easy to understand.
For sure.
That I just like picked up technique, and like I went to the range and then applied that technique. Right. And then my cousins who didn't watch the video, like, damn, you're good now. Like, what the hell happened? Yeah. And I'm like showing them now, okay, this is what I learned, and then they're doing better now. Like it's just the progression and the practice of it that makes it like amazing, because the development of your game is what makes you like the happiest. It's not like it's not like you're already good. Like it's you looking back and thinking, damn, I was like, I sucked like that before. Yeah. And you're looking at people now that are just starting. Oh, like I used to be there. Yeah. But now I play with more confidence. I know how to putt. I know how to get a ball to a certain place on the course. Yeah. You know, it's just a beautiful game. Like I didn't like it in the beginning because I sucked, and also because I thought it was boring. Like when I saw golf on TV, it was just like commentators talking in the lowest voice possible, like just fucking whispering, and just the ninth hole, you know, like fucking, you know, and I'm like, that's God damn, like what I can't watch this shit, but then I started playing it, and then
so different, bro.
It's different. Yeah,
I used to think the same thing, bro. Like, what the fuck is this stupid ass sport?
Who would watch golf,
stick
bro?
with a small ball that's gonna go 500 yards, bro? Like,
I know,
it just made no sense.
And it looked easy. Like it looked. Oh yeah. Like when professionals do it, like damn, that's fucking easy. Yeah. Like, anybody could do that. But then you actually play, and it's 10 times harder.
Yeah, for sure. And I remember like in high school when like I didn't really know anything about golf, and like, dude, me and my buddies used to go like just go fuck around like on the course. like one of us like knew actually how to play golf. Like 4 of us, the rest of us were like just drifting the golf cart around the course, bro, getting yelled at by all the
and
regulars.
If you don't know how to play at all on a course, it sucks because then like you literally you just hit it and then it goes into the fucking lake or it goes into trees and shit. Yeah. Now you just keep on losing balls and it sucks.
But it's just so crazy. Like I said, the first time we went on the course, it's like, dude, we were literally getting yelled at. There was like 4 parties behind us. Like, the marshal would come and like, all right, yo, let these guys pass you. Like literally 4 times, bro. And then now like we're getting mad at people for going so damn slow. Get the hell out of here, bro. Like speed up, you know? Yeah. It's just and once you get good, bro, is when you have the most fun.
Because then you're not even thinking about it. Like you're just, the muscle memory has gotten so good that you could have conversations. You're not like so focused on the game as much. You're now having conversations and you just know that, okay, I want the ball to go in this direction. Like, you know that it's gonna go there.
Yeah. And also like when in golf, I feel like when you're playing, the more you take it seriously, I feel like the worse you do. Yeah. Honestly, it's like one of those things you just do, like just really, I don't know, just have fun with it, you know?
Let go.
Yeah, just let go. Like just, you know, just be chill and
it comes with I think the skill comes with being sort of in a meditative state, because if you try to focus on it too much, like your swing, like you're too focused on your grip, like and then you might hold too tight. But that holding too tight, having that tenseness in your arm and in your body is causing you to swing too fast. Yeah. And now you're hitting it more to the right than and not straight, you know? Yeah. So it takes kind of letting go to actually be good at it. And also like just getting the technique right is such a long process. Like you think that it's right, but then you keep getting the same results and you're just like, all right, I got to keep trying. And eventually you get it. And then you get it one time and then now you get it off for another 10 times, but now you keep on getting better slowly.
Yeah. I think that's like the best part about it is like, all right, let me actually pay attention to what I'm doing with my swing to maybe like tweak some parts of my form to maybe, all right, what can I fix, you know? And just continuing to just better yourself, like one step at a time, really is like so amazing because you're progressing. You're just continually progressing. You know?
It's a beautiful thing. Like it's kind of an analogy or like metaphor to life, like the progression of that, like a progression of your skill, and that is like kind of how life is when you have to grow. Like you're going to get it wrong 100 times out of like, you know, 120, but then 20 times you're going to get it right.
Yeah.
It's it's just trying of it. Let me check this camera, see if it's. Yeah, we're still good.
Okay. All right.
Just wanted to make sure because the battery was kind of low, but it's still good right now.
How's it going?
Huh?
How's it going?
Conversation? Yeah. Oh yeah, it's fucking amazing. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't know.
Yeah. Are you still nervous though?
No. I think as soon as like starts like first like couple like
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, all right, dude. It's like the bright light here.
Yeah. I know. In the beginning, I was nervous too. Like if you look at the first episode, like even the first 10.
Yeah.
I'm stuttering. I'm nervous as shit.
Yeah.
And I mean I shouldn't even say like watch that. I personally wouldn't even watch it myself because it's that terrible. But yeah, in the beginning I was nervous as hell because it's just a completely different thing of talking to a camera. Because when you're talking to people, and that's the thing about podcasting is when you're in a podcast, you're talking like the whole time and it's intense conversation, like focused listening all the time, back and forth. But in a conversation, like with your friends, you might be, you know, out having lunch and, you know, you talk for a few minutes, but then somebody goes on their phone and you don't talk for another, you know, 5 minutes. And then a new topic comes up. It's like, oh, did you see this? And then something else happens. And, you know, it's kind of wavering. But with a podcast, it's just
conversation.
Yeah.
Pure
Literally
conversation,
what can we talk about? Like what ideas do we have that are worth saying, that we can share without phones, without any distractions, like just talk. That's it. Yeah. And that's what I love about it too, is that it's that simplicity from like I don't have literally the first topic we talked about. I don't even know what it was, but, but I didn't have that in mind. Like I literally come here knowing that I don't have anything to talk to this person about, but like you could talk about a trillion different things. There's so many things to talk about. For sure. And you just start with an idea that then brings you to another idea. And we've probably been going for like about an hour, hour, 30 minutes now. Yeah. Just talking about random shit. Yeah. And it's just a thing that lets you get your thoughts out too. Right. Right. Like that's what I've realized too. It lets you share to the world what you care about. Like that's what the reason why I talk about like the mindset stuff is. Not only do I need it, like that's why not only do I need it to develop myself, but I want to share it to others because I know how much it's changed my life, so that I want you to like fucking take it and run with it and, see if it changes yours and see if it inspires you in a different way, No,
of course. And I think you mentioned something that I love so much was like having a conversation without like anything else. Yeah. Dude, cause like you go to like, you're out with your friend, like you said, and you're having lunch, bro. Dude, there's been times where I'm just eating my lunch, like trying to talk to this person and bro, they're just on their phone constantly. Like, bro, what are you looking at? Like, dude, I feel like nowadays people don't really like know how to like talk, bro. Like, like social media, like, dude, like I have a niece and a nephew, bro. And like, they're learning like on YouTube, like 3 years old, bro. I'm like,
yeah, I know it takes away from it too. Like the basic communication skills that one can develop because communication, in my opinion, is one of the most powerful tools that you can develop because you get to express your thoughts. Right. And there's literally no other way a person can know besides you either writing it or verbally talking it. Yeah. Like saying it. Yeah. There's literally no other way a person can tell what you're thinking, what you're going through, and the ideas that you have. And that's why I love like learning or like improving my vocabulary and like doing the podcast every week. It's because I get to practice the skill of communicating at a very high level. Like how can I describe something, that this idea that I have, in the simplest way so that anybody can understand it. Right. That's a skill. Like, and it has to be done in like a matter of seconds. And in the beginning, 3 years ago, I sucked at it. Yeah. Like it's terrible. The skill wasn't developed yet. It was just in the beginning stages, but you just keep doing it, just like golf, just like anything. Yeah. Consistency over and over again.
Yeah. That's something I can't even stress enough, bro. Is like just being because like even like during COVID and stuff, like you do like, all right, let me try this for a little bit. Yeah. All right. Nah, it doesn't like, you kind of like fizzle out of it. Mm-hmm. But bro, just being consistent on the things you actually want, bro, it's like so important. Yeah. Whatever that may be.
Yeah, it is, because the consistency allows you to have patience. Right. And without patience, you'll be hesitant on every result you get. Like you'll want certain results, but then you're thinking, why am I not getting it right now? Yeah. We all want it right the fuck now. Yeah. And you're not going to get it right now. That's not how the universe works. Yeah. Like it will test you and it wants to make you patient. Like anytime you want something right now, nobody feels good when they want like the urgency. Right. You don't feel good when you want something urgent. You only have a peaceful feeling when you're patient, when you're in peace with how the timing of it all works. Yeah. That's when you're at peace with yourself. You're at peace with everything else, and consistency gets you there. Yeah. Because it doesn't matter what the result is. You just know that I'm taking this action every day, and the results will get there over time.
Right.
And that's what you see. Like in the moment, you might be in having a lot of different emotions, but you start doing things over and over and over again, and you start to see a little bit of results.
Right.
You're like, okay, now it's paying off. Right.
Yeah.
Like after a few months, it starts paying off.
Right.
Going to the gym after 2 years. Okay. Now I see the result.
Yeah.
And you know, it never happens in the moment, but that's what makes it worth it too, is the reward of your patience.
Right.
Is priceless.
Right.
Priceless.
Right. Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah. It's one of the only things that can make you grow too. Like I don't know how many times I've wanted things fast and it never happened. And then when I was patient, it happened right away.
Yeah.
Like that happens.
Yeah, now that you say it, yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Bro. But like also like we were talking about earlier, like seeing like the journey it took is just so much more rewarding, bro.
Exactly.
Like if you're just handed something.
Oh yeah, I think about that all the time, bro.
Like you don't appreciate it, you know? But like if you really work towards it, then you like really appreciate and like care about the hard work you put in, you know?
It makes it feel like it just feels that much more rewarding at the end of it, you know? And I think about that a lot, like with seeing if let's say, imagine everything you wanted happened with like one snap. Everything, every dream, the amount of money, the amount of fame, the amount of success, the amount of happiness, the amount of fulfillment, dude, everything happened like
life
that.
Life would be so boring, bro. Like dude. You have nothing to work towards.
Nothing. Yeah.
Like,
and I put it in this way, like if you had, you know, unlimited wishes and all of them came true. Yeah. I'm telling you, after, you know, about 100, 1,000, 10,000, you'll probably wish to kill yourself.
Yeah, bro.
That's going to be the wish.
It's like, what else is there to life, really? If you could just do whatever, like.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, it's cool, but like, there's no purpose, right? Mm-hmm. No purpose to what you're doing.
That's like the yin and yang of it. Like the yin and yang of the universe really is the good and the bad have to exist for there to be an experience. Yeah. Without the bad, you wouldn't even know what good is. Right. There's no correlation. The word good has no meaning to you because everything's just a stagnant line. That's it. That's it. Everything's just the same. And there has to be variation so that you know what bad is. You know what you don't like. You know when the results aren't good. You know when there's failure. Right. So that the success feels that much more rewarding and impactful because you've been through the struggle and the cycle, so that it's just like that rewarding feeling. And then you know that every other time you have a failure, it's like a cyclical movement, you know, like the stock market kind of like it just, when you fail, you know that it's going to go up. Yeah. Like it's never like only down or only up. Yeah. It's always like that the whole way through.
And if you fail, like, it's not like you could fail more. Like you could fail in different areas of your life, but those areas, if you fail, they have to come back up. There's no other way they can go. Yeah. So
I think, who is it? Jim Rohn said, one of my favorite speakers to listen to, he said, life is like the seasons. Like people want, you know, or it's, you know, spring comes right after winter, right? You plant the seeds in the spring and you harvest them in the fall. But people, they want, you know, some people want 2 springs, 3 summers, no winters. Yeah. You know, they want everything to be good, right? But it doesn't happen that way. Like it's like the seasons. You're going to have winters in your life where things aren't going well. But guess what? That right after is spring. Yeah. And then right after that is summer. Yeah. And it's always going to be that cycle. And for the past 6,500 years, that's how it's been. Right. And probably long before that, it's probably been the same thing. The sun has come up and come down for 1 billion years, you know, like it's going to keep on being that way. And, he's like, if if you want that to change, then you got to talk to somebody other than me. Like, I don't know how that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But that's how it is. And you said you don't have to change the seed, the soil, the seasons. You don't have to change anything outside.
Right.
You got to change yourself.
Right.
Because that's how if you change yourself, that's like the set of the sail. If you're on a sailboat, right? Like you're in the middle of the ocean and the wind is life. The wind and the current, you have no control over any of that stuff. Yeah. What you can change is the set of the sail, is yourself, is how you develop yourself, is how you think and your perspective towards all of it. Yeah. Like the change in perspective of literally, you could be in a car crash and think to yourself, how can, there's like multiple ways of viewing it. You could either think to yourself, this is going to be an expensive thing to repair. I got in this car crash. This is going to be expensive. Luckily I have insurance or this and that. Like all those thoughts can go into your mind, or you could think I'm safe.
Right.
At least I'm healthy, that could be a perspective. And every single situation in life is like that. Like it's your choice to view it in a positive or negative way. Mm-hmm. And nobody else has that decision except you. Like there's nobody else that's telling you that you have to believe this or you have to believe that. Like you could choose whatever empowers you. You could just believe it. Yeah. And I didn't know that for the longest time. I was like, oh wait, that is a choice. Yeah. Like that. Somebody, I think, I forget who put it that way, but they said, it's all a choice. Like you don't have to allow other people's opinions to matter because it's your choice that's allowing it. Yeah. If you don't allow it, it doesn't matter. True. And so it's that change in perspective, that awareness, that knowledge that allows you to think and say, oh, I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that negative idea or something that makes me fearful. Let me believe in something that makes me feel good about myself. Mm-hmm. And you just keep on believing that. Over time, you're going to realize that's like we talked about the subconscious, like the routine. Now, the first instinct is the positive thing because that's what you've been doing for so long. Right. Now it's always positive. No matter what you're in, you could be in any situation and you're just always positive, uplifting. People want to be around you. Yeah. And it's just a better experience for your life, really.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. What are your thoughts on this going so off topic, but what are your thoughts on like, have you seen what's been going on between like big tech and like certain people on like social media?
You mean like Andrew Tate and shit? Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
It's not good that they banned him. Like that, it shouldn't be that way. Like if somebody has a different opinion, you shouldn't be banned for that. Yeah. Like that's not a good thing to be banned off of. Cause of course, if you post like, hangings and killings and murders and shit like that, that's something you don't want on the internet. Like that's not something that we want to see. So, sure, ban that stuff. But just because somebody has a different idea that is different than the majority of people, that doesn't mean that it shouldn't be allowed. You don't have to agree with it, but it should exist.
Do you think, cause it's like a thought I had, like, do you think he got banned because the things he was saying was really like making people realize like how the government
the system, like people have been talking about that.
Yeah. Cause like, dude, I don't know, like the whole like school system and like all this stuff like he talks about is just like,
how it's like, you're being trained to like, fall in line. Yeah. Like you're not, and that it's true. Like that's how it is. Like the system is arranged in that way because I don't think it could be done in any other way because it's your choice. Like it has to come through you. Like Andrew Tate is Andrew Tate because I guarantee nobody told him to have the thoughts that he has. He came up with it, thought about all this, like had deep introspection on life and came up with it. Like you can't teach that. Like you have to
definitely not, bro.
You have to think. You have to be inspired. Like you have to be curious. Like that's what's required to be like sort of a philosopher about life. Like you got to see this in a new way. Because if you think how everybody else is thinking, if you think how society wants you to think, you're going to have results that like society else has. Yeah.
And dude, like, I don't know, like the whole like school system is like, you start when like what, you're 2, 3 or whatever. And you're going all the way into like college 20s, and even like, I feel like school teaches you how to become like, say an employee rather than like, say if you want to start your own business, right?
Yeah, it doesn't teach you that.
Yeah, it doesn't teach you shit about it. Like,
and we're in business school.
Like, right? But like, it says, like, we'll be learning in class, like, how do we consult for other businesses, right? And like management and stuff. Like, I'm trying to learn how to like, do it for my own.
Yeah, I know. They don't teach you that, and I mean, if you put me in that chair, I probably don't know either, like how to teach that. Like it's a hard thing to teach because it can't be tested on. Like this isn't stuff that is right and wrong. Right. It's not that. Like it's thinking. It's it's perspective. Can you change the way you think so that you're observing everything? Right. Like it doesn't matter what it is. You're looking at the government and you're looking at Democrats and Republicans, but you're not choosing anything. You're just observing everything. You're not agreeing. You're not disagreeing. You're just observing. Yeah. And you're thinking about different things. You're thinking about ideas. You're looking at, quotes by Marcus Aurelius, and you might not even know what half of them mean, but you're just pondering it. You're going through things. Like this is this is what I do personally. Like it's just go on different, philosophers' quotes, like different websites, and read the quotes. And here's this person from hundreds of years ago that had this thought, and somehow it's been written down and passed down from generations, and now I get to read it, what somebody hundreds of years ago thought, and now it can inform my life. Like this person that lived a full life and has all this wisdom, has all this knowledge, I can now receive that information and now think about the world. But if you allow what the majority of people, like society and the government, to dictate everything you think, then you'll just fall right in line with what everybody else does. Cause you think that, you'll think that that's the way everybody else is going, but it's not the best way for you. Yeah. Like just cause everybody else is doing it doesn't mean it's right. Like there's so many people that are miserable in what they do. Like they hate their job, or they hate where they are in life, or they're just struggling. They're depressed, and then other people are just like agree with that. And then just like, they're all like together in this one group, which normalizes it. Yeah. Like, normalizes it.
All right. I guess we're all in this together kind of thing.
Yeah. Like everybody's doing that, but you don't have to do that. Yeah. You gotta wake up. You gotta understand that, but it's a risk, right? Like, but everything's risky. Like I said, it's worth it to go on your own. It's worth it every time. And there's this, great poem by Robert Frost, who's like a great American poet. I'm pretty sure. Right. Pretty sure he's American, but if that's wrong, fuck. I don't know. Let's see. I saw one of his poems in my 7th grade English class. This teacher, she was one of the worst teachers I've ever had, but she had poems and different posters on her wall, like inspirational stuff on her walls. And it was right by the door. And every time you go out of the class, you could see that poem. And I kept reading it like every day, and it went kind of like this. It said, 2 roads diverged in the woods, and I chose the one less traveled by, and that's made all the difference. And I kept on fucking thinking about it. Like it just, I'm not like, completely changed by it, but like I'm just pondering it every day. Didn't quite make sense at first, but then I realized, oh wait, everybody is doing the same thing.
Right.
What he's talking about is I chose him. Like he's talking about his story. Like I saw that everybody else was doing something that was considered normal, and how everybody was just living life in a certain direction. But I chose this other path that didn't exist. I might have had to, get dirty because of it. I was in the woods and I chose the less traveled path. It's not as clear. It's not as well lit, but I just chose that path because that's what I really wanted. And that's made all the difference.
Right.
And I was like, all right, that stuck with me. And then I started reading other people's stories, and I started to find similarities that every successful person didn't do what normal people did.
Yeah, like, dude, if you look at like the top companies, like, bro, Bill Gates, like, all of them, right?
All of them.
How many people graduated like from college? None of them.
None of them. And it's not even about that really, but it's
no, I know.
Yeah,
but like they all.
I
like,
get your point.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. It's
in society we're trained to like literally go through like school and college, and then you find a good job, and like you set up your 401k and your IRAs, and like you retire by 65 or 60 or whatever. But it's just like, bro, there's so much.
There's so much more to life.
So boring, dude. Like
there's more to life, and again, I think it was Jim Rohn talked about this. He said, society doesn't expect you to be a millionaire. Society doesn't expect you to be happy and fulfilled. Society has no expectation for you to live your dreams.
Right.
But so if society doesn't expect that, then you have to expect that of yourself first, because nobody else is gonna like work as hard as you do to make it happen. Right. Nobody else is gonna do that shit. Like, they're worried about their own life, and the only way it can happen is if you like literally take full responsibility and do something about it, because it's not going to be handed to you, like I said before. And the change that you seek is always within. Like I've learned that I tried to change everything outside of me, but nothing changed. But if I changed myself, then everything changed. Yeah. And if you keep on doing what society wants, like you'll just become more and more miserable, because who you are within doesn't match what everybody else is doing. Like if you listen to your parents all the fucking time,
oh dude,
you're gonna hate them. Like you're gonna have like such a poor life, because what they want isn't what you want. Yeah. It's not designed that way.
Yeah, dude, I've been through this so many times, like with my parents. Like I'll have this idea, like, nah, you really shouldn't, like just go through this like safe route, right? But I think it comes from, like personally, like parents migrated here from like India, like had nothing, like built like a great life for themselves and everything. So it's like they don't want their kids to go through that same struggle that they went through. So it's like,
but the struggle is what makes it, like that struggle. Exactly. You need the struggle.
But they're trying to think like, all right, let me just like put my kid on like the safest path, so he doesn't have to do anything. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But dude, you can't really listen to your parents for everything, because I feel like, they have your best interest, but like you also
they definitely have your best interest and want you to be happy and want you to be successful. But if they could only understand that it's you deciding for yourself that's going to lead to the most happiness, the most success. Right. It's trust, right? Like I don't have kids yet, but like when I do, I definitely know that it's going to be hard to give them trust. Yeah. To give them like, you want them to be successful. You want them to have everything in life, but it's up to you. Like nobody can show you what you want and what you want to create in this life.
Yeah, like it's so funny you say that, because like, you know how like it's hard for them to like trust us in what we want to do. I feel like when I have kids, It's gonna be like a full 360, bro. It's gonna like,
yeah,
I'll be doing the same thing that they were doing to me, right? And my mom tells me that too. Like, oh yeah, I was doing the same things. Like, my parents were telling me the same things I was telling you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's like, dude,
yeah, I'm gonna break that shit for sure. I'm gonna break.
Like, yeah, but it's crazy how life works.
Yeah,
bro. It's just like full 360 around.
I think another Rumi quote about like relating to this topic was, he said, "Your children are not your children; they are life's unfolding of itself." Meaning that and he said they come through you, but not for you.
Yeah,
that they might like come through your creation, like that a human being, right?
Right.
A new baby born into this world, but they didn't come for you.
Right.
It's not yours to control. Like it's its own individual creative essence,
right,
that's within itself, and it has to be expressed individually. It's a one-on-one journey, this life thing.
For sure.
And you'll have relationships, you'll have people around you, but it's you. Like it's an individual process. And if you keep looking for it in other people, you'll never find it. But if you look for it within you, like you'll have more than you could ever imagine. Like it's all within. That's what I realized. I that's why I don't tell people about my ideas. Like, because people, this is what I realized. People's consciousness is at a certain level. Yeah. And what they view you as in this current reality is all they can see. Yeah. But you see something much more than that. 100%. But they can't see that. And even if you tell them, they can't see it. Yeah. And so I don't share any ideas. To me, it's like, it's show and tell, not tell and show. Yeah, bro. And when I show it, then they're like, okay, this guy, now it's here and not in here. So they can see, but it took months of building it in here. Yeah. And years of building it in here before it came to the physical realm. Yeah. And that's a process. That's something I like stress, like, bro, people like, I just try to like, I don't tell anyone like what plans or like what I want to do in the future or anything like that. Yeah. I keep things very vague because like, do you believe in like evil? Like, like, I don't know. Evil as in what? Like, okay, I don't know how to explain it. Like someone wishing down upon you, kind of. Or no? No, I don't. Well, my personal belief is that if you believe it, it'll happen. Like it's your belief that creates it. Yeah, I don't know why. Like growing up, like I've always just like believed like, hey, maybe like you can't trust everyone, regardless if it's like your family, friends. Like you might think the closest friends. Mm-hmm. But like, or family or like whatever, right? You really just never know people's true intentions. You know, like you could be happy for them, like what they're doing in their life, but like sometimes like, and you could be doing really well, but like maybe they're not doing really well, and like jealousy could get in the way of things, and like, but I hope. What I realized, what I understood is, I'm in no control of what they think about me. Yeah, I have no control over that. Yeah, it's true. There's no point, and you could try all you want. You could spend your whole life trying to change other people. Yeah. You'll never change one person. Yeah. Because that's not how people change. And when you take that energy that you're putting on other people and you put it towards yourself, then things start to change. Yeah. And it's like I said, the attention you put on something creates the whatever it is. Like if you're thinking, oh, this guy fucking hates me. Yeah. You're going to see all the things that he's doing. Like he's not opening the door for me. He's not texting me right away. Like all those things happen because of that. Yeah. That thinking. And if you just change the thought, you'll see completely different things. For sure. It's crazy how it happens. Yeah. I don't know, but I've always just like tried to like keep things like, let me do it first. Yeah. Let me set it in stone before like anything. That 10%. So I think we should wrap it up. Wrap it up? All right. It's almost like 2 hours now, which is crazy. Actually? Yeah. 2 hours? Yeah. No like way. Hour 50, I think. Holy shit. Fucking crazy. See, it's like a time machine, bro. Yeah. Wait, are you going to chop this up? No, it's all
Fully raw?
Fully raw, dude.
Oh shit.
Everything. Yeah, dude. There's no cuts because I don't want it to be unnatural. Like this is a conversation, like all the way through, no interruptions.
Yeah.
And you just get to experience a full conversation about ideas, and that's why I like this conversation a lot, because we didn't talk about like actual events too much. Like we talk about ideas. This could be played 1,000 years from now, and people will still like relate to it.
Yeah,
you know, that's what I like to talk about, because ideas last forever.
Right.
You could talk about ideas. You know, Marcus Aurelius, I don't know how long, you know, thousands of years ago, his ideas are still important and viewed upon to this day. And so, yeah, but this was a fun conversation, man. Thank you. Sure. Thank you for coming by.
Thank you for having me, bro.
Yeah, man. It's
awesome.
Definitely fun. And hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Shop Beat Change available now. And hope you guys have a great week. And thank you. Bye.